Good evening, everybody. Welcome to ACCSS Bronze Series, the final round at, would you believe it, Misano. Oh no, silly me, it's Imola. Hope you're all doing well this week. Hope you had a good week. In the UK, it's Good Friday, so no work for me today. Joining me on the stream, as per usual, is the one and only Julian. How are you, Julian?
Hi, I'm slightly intoxicated.
Good. I'm hoping to join you this evening. I'm having a little bit of a tipple myself. Yeah. So the free practice is still underway at the moment. Hold on a second while I just do. We're just over 5.5 minutes going, and we've got 38 people by my count out there at the moment. So it's looking a little bit crowded on track. But fortunately for those that are in the AM and the Pro classes, they are split 15 minutes either side for qualifying. So shouldn't look too crowded during quali, but it's going to be interesting during the race. Julian, are you a fan of the track?
Honestly, I haven't driven it too much. I'm not too interested in it. It's, in my opinion, not the best Italian track. I would rather we be on Misano today again, but that's for another discussion. I will be surprised to see what can happen on Imola. Let's say that.
Well, it's got a couple of interesting parts. So corners 2 and 3 and 4 towards the start will be interesting for the first lap of the race. But the part that I particularly like is it's called Acque Malarelli, corners 11, 12, and 13, where you go swooping down and then kind of to the right, and then a short straight, and then back up the hill again towards the next chicane to corners 14 and 15. So a lot of time lost and gained through that particular section. It's not like Paul Ricard where it's got loads of runoff. You will be punished if you run wide. So it's an old school track in that regard. Okay, so let's go and look at the current standings for the before we get underway with the final round, and just for everybody's information that this evening is a 1 hour race. We normally do three 30 minutes races, two 30-minute races, sorry. But because it's the final round, we've got an hour race waiting for you. So let's have a look at the top of the table. We've got Lucas Fisher with 146 points with 5 wins, well, not closely at all, actually, followed by Robert Dunn in there with 117 points. Now, you'll notice that Lucas Fisher is leading tier 5, which is the pro class, that Robert Dunn is leading tier 6, which is the AM class. So Lucas Fisher rounding us out there at the top of the pros. That'll be Jonas Neergaard, who's currently in 4th overall, and then Antti Monika will be 3rd in that class. And if we look at 3rd overall, that's Thomas Monique. He is 2nd in the AM. Then Dieter Santon, who's got the lovely mellow coloured Porsche. He's currently in 6th overall, is 3rd spot on that class. But, could lose it to Fito Fernandez there, and also Thomas Monique, if he gets a particularly good result and Robert Dunn doesn't perform. Is like, could lose out that top spot. But I think Lucas Fisher, looking at that table, Julian, I think that's top spots. I think it's done, isn't it, really? It's kind of over and done with.
That was just quickly calculated. Lucas Fisher would have to get 0 points today, and Jonas Nergert would have to win the race. That is the only possibility for Lucas Fisher to not win the championship tonight.
Yeah, so that's good maths there, Julian. That's better than what I can do. So fantastic job there. Glad to have you around for that. But yeah, I mean, Thomas Benica's also got a couple of wins, 3 wins by his name, and Robert Dunn's got the one so far. So it is good to see. Gus versus currently in 8th. He's had a couple of strong races. Last time out wasn't so great. Currently finds himself down in 8th overall. And if my counting is bang on there, my vision started to go already with the drinking. I think he's 4th in that class. So yeah, and then you got Eric Strom in 9th. Good old Paddy Redmond in 9th overall, tied with Eric Strom as well. So drink to that. Hold on a second. Mm. Yeah, so hope my man Paddy gets a good showing this evening in pro class. Richard Christie in 11th, Junius Covisto 12th, Richard McCloskey 13th, Alexander Dow in 14th, Michael Wilden 15th, Georgie Sambrano 16th, Darren Christie 17th, Ed Terrell 18th, Alice McGuigan 19th, tied with Ian Otley, who's also finds himself in 19th position. Alexis Cudaray, 21st. Christian Smith, 22nd. Harley Coleman, 23rd. Peter Isubo, 24th. Stein van Dundungen, 25th. God knows how I say that. Baldwin Louis, 26th. Richard Maitland Price, who was new last week, had a really good, solid performance for his maiden outing. So, hope to see another a relatively strong show from him this evening. Our fellow broadcaster, Gareth Ronda, currently in 28th, tied with Oscar Isberg. Jakob Sorensen 30th with David Wirch, Craig Gibson 32nd, Mark Chardonnans 33rd, 34th Roy Bottomley, and then Eckhart von Glan 35th, followed by Mark Mick Howell 36, Matt F 38. About time he got a proper surname. Bruce Hopkins in 39th, Peter Ward 40th, Jamie Thomas 41st with Nike Vargas in 41st as well. And then we got 43, we got Rupert Coles, Arme Soke, and then Thomas Axe in 45th. Philip Menzies is grayed out, so I think he might have left the championship. And Thomas Carbo, we got a couple of disqualifications. If you don't, we have a couple of no shows. We're pretty strict on that. If you have a couple of no shows, you are out. We need drivers who are committed. As we can see, the countdown is on from the beginning of qualifier with 2.5 minutes to go. We've already had a prediction in chat this evening, so hopefully you have given your vote, and we'll wait to see the result when the first driver goes out, and hopefully they can complete a lap of qualifying, and you can win some coins or lose some coins. It's good to see other people are drinking this evening, so beer and whiskey in chat. So great stuff. Yeah, I'm just drinking a bit of prosecco. That's all I'm doing. So
And
yeah,
I'm
got
going
what?
Oriental with my sake.
Yeah, I like a bit of sake from time to time. Yeah. So what are you feeling tonight, Julian? We looking for the usual suspects to qualify well, do we think?
Actually, I'm really quite positively surprised here in the free practice by Jordi Zambrano. And I know free practice is nothing to go off, but I want to see him do well, if only for the fans cheering for Jordi Zambrano.
Yeah, it would be nice. Like you say, he has gone well as we begin qualifying. I can hear cars moving. I can see an Aston Martin on the move there, and a Porsche as well. So Dieter Santon is the first man to leave the pits this evening. Local time, 12 o'clock on the server, with a track temperature of 32 degrees and an air temperature of 25. So the track is currently fast, and then hopefully it will rubber in pretty quickly. So yeah, I uh, I think Dieter needs a bit of a better showing than he's had the last couple of races. I feel like he had a good first round, and then since then hasn't really delivered. In free practice as well, the times were pretty close between second to 11. Um, the pole in practice was a second away, so there's it could be tight in the midfield, and it is a tight track. There isn't potential for great overtakes this evening. So drivers going to have to show a bit of patience, and I know that the driver stewards and have been pretty clear they want to see better standards from the drivers than we've seen throughout the season so far, Julian.
Yeah, definitely. The drivers need to step up their game tonight for the last round of the season. There is kind of the fear that I have that because it's the last race of the season, these drivers cannot gain a penalty for the another race in the future. So they might, with that in mind, go all out. But I sure as well hope not.
Yeah, of course there is I completely agree, and also I think that the Imola around here as well. It's quite, trying to get a valid qualifying lap isn't exactly easy at times. You can sometimes overdo it and run a bit wider as we on board with Baldwin Louis. So, Julian, as forever, take it away.
I'm taking it away on the start finish as we have a slight kink to the right. And we go here into the braking zone, which is at the slight left kink into Tamburello, which is the first variante on this track. Three corners, often an overtaking spot from what I've seen into Variante Gilles Villeneuve. Uh, of course, famously named after the, what is it, Franco-Canadian driver? Afterwards, into Tosa, very slow corner at the very northern end of the track, I believe. Northern end of the track, yes. As we go into Piratella, which moves us down the mountain. And we go into Acqua Minerale, as Paul said before, one of the key features of this track, very low down and sparked with quite the few sausage curbs, which can be dangerous. Into the Variante Alta, a um, very slow combination of corners, which can be cut quite heavily. As we go again a bit down a hill into the last two corners called Rivazza, going a bit wide there, Baldwin Louis, but all in all, that should have been a pretty clean lap. No, it wasn't validated,
It
unfortunately.
was invalidated, yeah, yeah. So, my I've noticed that the timing screen that I'm using here, when they invalidate a lap, it tells me they're on an out lap again. So yeah, I just scrolled down and yeah, it showed that he was on a. Thomas Benink is about to has set a or he's trying to set a fastest lap. He was up, but I think again he also invalidated his as well. So he's currently on a flying lap as Ian Otley. Darren Christie has gone top with a 1:45.1. Ian Otley currently in second in the Porsche with a 1:46.8. So a 1.6 second gap between the two. The problem that Thomas Maninka's got as we watch him on stream is that he's got a car ahead of him. The Aston Martin, I think that is
That is Baldwin
Baldwin
Louis.
Louis. Yeah, yeah. So he's currently interfering with Monique. And it's surprising if you look at the track map on screen, there's all this space and they're all bunched up. And that just drives me absolutely insane. It's just like this is completely avoidable. As I say that, Thomas Manink pulls over as we now look at Ian Otley, who goes for a bit of a ride to make some sandcastles. So yeah, um, just a bit of smarter driving. I know we are a rookie series, but it just some things just seem obvious to me. So as we, you know, so we are now up to optimum track conditions, which is good to see for these drivers that are already out. So as we're looking at Alice McGuigan in the Rubber Dinghy Rapids McLaren, again, bunched up in a pack. Um, it just frustrates me as I can see that Jonas Koivisto is zero point 0.6 up on his fastest time at the moment. His fastest is a 1:45.4. He's now a second up as well as coming into the final stretch, and he's going to get a slipstream in behind Alice McGuigan as well. I can also see Baldwin Louis is a second up at the moment as well. Thomas Benink is about half a second up on his best. So Koivisto slots into second. Dieter Santon has taken pole for the moment with 43.9. So we're looking at Baldwin Louis. And Dieter Santon is behind him at the moment, but not on a faster lap. But Baldwin Louis is absolutely flying. He's going to get into the 1:45s, I'd imagine. I think he's He's on for a third or fourth here. If he finds a bit more time, he could get into the top three, and he's doing exactly that. He's finding a bit more time now, so he's nearing 2 seconds up on his fastest. His fastest currently is a 1:47.2, so 2 seconds is a 1:45.2. That's my quick maths there. I know. Yeah, I'm the brains of the operation. So here we go. 2 seconds. There we go. He's found that marker now. So he will slot in between Darren Christie and Alice McGuigan, I believe, if my maths is bang on, Julian, following on from last week, because I was on form last week.
He gained a bit more time there, though. It could slot into the 44s, even, maybe.
Oh,
Oh, yes! Just barely.
look at that. But my prediction was right, in between Darren Christie and Alice McGuigan. So that's a bit of a sandwich there. And Thomas Benink has just gone fastest with a 1:43.2. So Alice McGuigan is 40 downer. And then we've got Darren Christie, who started a new lap. And he's done 4 laps so far, and he's moved up into 4th position with 1:44.4. So Thomas Benink currently leading us in this class. Dieter Santon second. Alexander Dow has popped into 3rd. Darren Christie 4th. Jonas Cavisto 5th. Baldwin Louis 6th. Alice McGuigan 7th. Ian Otley 8th. And Matt F 9th. And Gareth Wanda 10th. Mick Howell 11th. So Robert Dunn has a penalty this week, which is why he is not able to qualify. I know a few drivers do have to start from the pits this evening. Julian will give us the lowdown on that, I'm sure, as he's going to be looking at the steward sheet this evening. But I do know there are a few drivers who do have penalties. I can see that Mick Howe is currently 11th position. He's done a 1:49. He's up a second at the moment on his best. So looking for 1:48. Can he dislodge Gareth Ronda in 10th? The Damp Badger, it is a solid team name there. I can see that Darren Christie's gone back into the pit. Mick is, yeah, he's up 1.5 now, 1.4, 1.5. I can also see that Alice McGuigan is up on her best at the moment, and she's slightly ahead of Mick by the looks of thing on the timing board. So we'll keep an eye on her, but she's just fallen. She was in 7th. She's just falling down to 8th. That just changed on your screen there. Hopefully you've got vision, unlike myself, who's had obviously two glasses already, and his vision is going blurred. 1.3 seconds up, so we're looking at a 1:40, low 1:45.
Which was invalidated, unfortunately.
Oh, Alice, what'd you do that to me? Right. Let's look at the man, Gareth Ronda. His fastest so far is a 1:48, nearly flat. And he is up 1.6 seconds currently in the Nissan Skyline as he's heading towards the line. He will do a 1:46 mid. There we go. He goes 1:46.4. It's like I know what I'm doing. And he's now in 8th position. Dieter Santon currently finds himself in 3rd position. He's in the mellow looking Porsche, and he's 0.7 up on his best so far, Julian.
Yes, he's going to look. Well, he's going to look at pole position now, as it actually looks, with his provisional pole, that is. With his current timing, he's going into the start finish straight now, and he's about 0.7 of a second up. That will
Could be close.
provisionally put him in pole. Or yes, there we
Yes.
go. Just by
That's,
200ths of a second.
yeah, not a lot at all, is it? I mean, that is very, very close. I can see the person setting faster lap again is Alice McGuigan. I can see that Alice McGuigan has invalidated this lap as well,
Per lap.
unfortunately. Also, Alexander Dow has on an out lap, and so is Darren Christie. So they're either on an out lap or they've invalidated their laps. So the Koi Visto then. So currently in 7th, he's 0.3 up, so he'll push up into 6 perhaps. Set fourth. Okay, all right, fourth. That's better. With a 1:44.3. So Gareth Ronda currently a little bit up. His lap is valid. He's 3.2 seconds currently off the leader's pace. That's quite a gap, to be fair. It is close from first to eighth. When I say from the 8th of Central at the moment all the way down to 8, we're talking about a 1.9 second gap. Then from ninth onwards, it's 3 seconds. Mick Howe, unfortunately, is 5.7 off the pace currently. So Monique, Alice, how's Alice doing? She's not bettering her time, bettering her time. So Monique, at the moment, currently in second in the Sky Tempesta Racing livery. It's so close at the moment, and I think he's not setting a faster time at the moment, but he's got time to go round again with 17 minutes just on the clock. But
He's
Richard
got time
Christie's
to,
going faster.
Thomas Mannick got time to do 2 more laps, and he needs to make him count.
He does indeed, doesn't he? If he wants to. So Richard Christie's half a second up. He's going to get into the low one. He's going to get into the 142s, high 142s.
Oh,
There he goes, 142.9. Look how close this is. So he's the first man to make the 142s. It just shows you how much pace. If these guys could be doing 142s, I mean, imagine what the silvers and the golds will be doing.
and I love that move. He's just finished my lap. That's me done.
Yeah,
Back to the pits.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Leave it down the marker. Okay.
Absolute confidence.
Theatre Santon is currently not up, or he is slightly 0.2. He's just gained a bit of time there. Yeah, it's still valid, so it's looking good. Can he keep it tidy through this section?
Oh,
Oh no, the rear end comes around to say hello.
that is a big Tokyo Drift moment.
Yeah, he still had a minute. He could have kept on going if he had enough fuel. Richard Christie is fastest with 1.29 as we talked about. Thomas Menink. So Menink is up slightly. He's headed towards a 1.2. He's lost a tiny bit of time there.
He's not only lost a tiny bit of time, he's also lost the lap because he's invalidated. But he's got time for
Oh,
one more
yes,
lap.
he has. Yes, he has invalidated the lap. Good spot there. Okay, so
He does
Alice
have time for another lap, though, so he will have to make that one stick if he wants the provisional pole in his class.
Alice McGuigan was up, but she's unfortunately thrown it away. She's really tried. So Richard Christie and Gita Santon are both in the pit. So what has Thomas Menink got as we ride on board into the first chicane nicely? Misses the apex of the first corner, pushing too hard.
Invalidated.
Validated it. There we go. Yeah, unsettled the car. He carried too much speed into the chicane. So I can see there's a couple of 904, which is Menink is just. Sorry, no, it's another car. He's 93. So Alice McGuigan, is she up? I don't think she is. No, I don't think she's going to gain any positions. No, fortunately, she pulls over to finish qualified. So now the pros are heading out. So prediction for you, those in chat, those watching the stream this evening, will Fisher get pole position? What was the result of the other prediction? Oh, that was a no. I lost a lot of coins there. Gareth needs to get off track if he's on it. Okay, right.
Well, I think he might even still be on a flying lap. On the last lap.
So, oh, is he? He's still going. Okay,
Yeah,
my bad. And it's valid.
it is.
It is.
And he's 5 seconds, 10
Oh,
and
no,
now he's
he's off.
invalidated.
Yeah. There you
Well,
go.
that was the commentator's curse. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Sam Brano, the man that was in P2 in practice, can he take that pace into qualifying, Julian?
It will definitely be interesting to see. The Merc is a beast around Imola, especially at eating those curbs, and I will hope to see him do well with that in mind.
So is this the op car? Is it? Is this the car to be in?
Basically, most front-engine cars are really good in eating curbs. Most as special examples are the Merc Evo as well as the Bentley, whereas the Merc Evo has quite more prowess in its suspension, let me put it that way.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to shortly ride on board with Fisher because we're expecting him to be towards the top of the pecking order this evening again, as he has been for the previous rounds. So, Julian, over to you.
Yes, as Lucas Fischer is heading up from the start, finish straight into the, what was it, Variante Tamburello, of course, taking quite a bit of curb there on the right. Very dangerous for the Ferrari as it's not quite good in handling these sausages. As we come again into Gilles Villeneuve, taking that not as aggressive as you can and goes through the ground and back. That was, yeah, okay. Intriguing technique trying to fool the game. Anyway, we're coming now back down into Aqua Minerale. Let's hope the connection doesn't drop like it just did. As he goes, it goes a bit deep there. Just barely manages to keep it in between the white lines there. Looking like he's going ham already with his time. Taking as little of the sausages there as possible, even though those can be taken quite handsomely with aforementioned cars. Not very much in the Ferrari, though.
A couple of pros have just popped into 8th and 9th, Turner and Zambrano, and Eric Von Glan into 15th. So the guys are now starting to get
But
into the grooves
this
again.
lap, Fischer is looking good. He's coming onto the start finish straight again. And over the finish line to be in P4 with his banker lap. Not bad.
That's yeah, that's a positive sign, isn't it, for the man? So yeah, and he's already up at the moment as well as we stay with him. At the moment, he's zero point 0.3 up. He's already nearly half a second up. So look, already heading towards the 142s.
Ow!
Oh! I saw the rear end go, and I thought he'd managed it. I thought he kept it, and and
It's quite dangerous in the Ferrari. It's not the most stable of car, but it can be very very quick, especially on straights.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a great car. I'm a fan, especially of the fruity watermelon racing one as well. As we're looking at Jordi Zambrano, who's currently in 12th. We were 1:44.9, but he's 1.2 seconds up in the Mercedes AMG, and he's going to gain a. He's going to going to move up a few positions here as he comes across the line. No.
It
I
may
think
have
he
been
might have
invalidated again.
invalidated. Oh no! What are you doing, man? Come on! Don't invalidate it. And he's got an Aston Martin ahead of him. I can, yeah. So of Ed Terrell, I'm being told. So no, I'm being told. Yeah, we're looking at Ed Terrell. So car 29 in the pro split, 75 Racing Comtech. So Ed's currently in 22nd position with 146.7, and he's heading into the 145. So we're looking at currently around 14th, 15th position, and unless he can gain a bit more than that, well, he goes into 17th. So I was a little bit off with my prediction. So back to Zambrano. So Jordi Zambrano, who's currently in 14th position, is a second up, heading towards the 143. He's a low 140, well, actually a high 143, but he's got a car ahead of him at the moment, which is going to interfere, I think, with his lap. That's Mark Turner. So it's already, it's still up, so it's not all lost. He will gain a few positions. I think he'll go into around about sixth position, sixth or seventh at this rate. Like we say, he was P2 during the practice session. So he's in the slipstream of Mr. Turner. 1.3 up now, so I think he'll take seventh. Oh, fifth even, no, a little bit higher than that. There we go, 1:43.5. So as Turner pulls over and Jordi Zambrano continues in the Mercedes. Hey, time for my mate Paddy. Oh, there's people moving about. Manika's just jumped into sixth position. So currently we've still got 3 AMs leading the way, but we still got 7 minutes of qualifying for these guys to go. Paddy Redmonds is, we're looking at Paddy, and he's second up. So looking for one hit, get into the 1:44s. But like we say every week, Paddy's not a qualifier; he's a racer. Bit like myself, and he's currently in 20th. So and he's a second up. Is it valid?
Nonetheless,
Yes, it
it was
11th.
a solid lap for the non-qualifier already.
Hmm. Fisher off around he goes. Great description there from me. And he's not up at the moment.
It is
Uh,
still valid.
yeah, Fisher is valid. He did a 31 split in sector 1. Zambrano, he's up half a second, so he could join the 142 club here. Hello, 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 hello.
Oh, that wasn't the best exit though of the last corner,
No,
losing
it
some
wasn't.
time there.
It wasn't. It's going to be close. I think it's a low 143 now. It is a low 143, isn't it?
Yeah, not even top 3 there. Not even putting the AMs
But
in
he,
their
but he's,
place.
but, he, but he's continuing. He is still going. I find it interesting. We've still got 5 minutes going, and we've still got 3 AMs in place at the
Definitely
top.
shows who has been practicing.
Wilden into 5th position. So Zambrano's leading the pro class at the moment. Wilden second and Fisher third. Manika fourth. So I can count. So Lucas Fisher, as with the man that we currently have on screen, currently finds himself in 6th position. This is very unusual territory at the moment. Into the first chicane. The rear end just looked a little bit on edge there. As we watch him heading towards the next section, the left, and then the right hander. I find you sometimes have to sacrifice the left to get the better exit out of the right hander over to the right hand side into the heavy braking zone, into the left hander. Now heading up the hill. And it'll come into my favourite part of the track. So you're now at the top, and now we're going to head straight back down. You can carry third through here, cover onto the curb, come out as wide as you possibly can without invalidating your lap. Now over to the left-hand side. Chuck it in. Chuck. Whoa.
Oh!
No, he didn't chuck it in enough. No, he's pushing. He's pushing.
Hey,
But he was too far over to the left. He should be aiming for that apex. If you aim that apex, and he also braked while he was cornering there, which is what threw the car off.
he's, he's definitely going too aggressive right now. He needs to turn that down a notch. Another person who is surprisingly doing well again, Rich Maitland Price in his second outing today for ACCSS, 8 cents up on his time, low 43, putting him in P5, still not shaking up the 3 amps at top.
No, this is unusual, isn't it? Having 3 abs at the top. And Richard Maitland Price continues round. So Jakob Sorensen, who's currently in 10th position, he's about halfway round the circuit at the moment as we're looking at Manika. Manika is slightly up, but I don't think he's in 7th position. There he is, but Jacob Sorensen is half a second up at the moment. And is it valid? Yes, it is. He went a little bit wide there, so I was just checking. So he did a relatively fast. So Richard Christie, as we know, is with the quickest. But Jordi Zambrano's had the quickest first sector. Dieter Santon with the quickest second sector. So Lucas Fischer's just gone quickest in the in sector 1. He's just set the quickest time of 30.2. So as we ride on board with him now, I'll keep an eye on Jakob Sorensen because I think he's gonna. I know he's lost a bit of time now, unfortunately. So but Fisher's half a second up. So trying to get into the 142s, he might scrape it or he might do a one low 43. This is edge of your seat stuff, isn't it, Julian?
I'm really excited right now, seeing this. He made it through Aqua Minerali this time without having a problem.
But Manika, who's ahead of him, is also up on his. He lost a bit of time before that, Fisher. And now he's thrown it all away. But Manika's up. Manika's spinning. Manika's spun round. He's recovering. He'd lost it. They're all pushing very, very hard. But that Audi loves to throw you,
Yeah.
make you dance. I can see that Oscar Eisberg down in 15th position. He's in the Aston Martin Tequila Sunrise Racing. He's coming around to complete a lap. He's going to be half a second up. He goes into the 143s, I think. Hopefully, if it's valid. There we go. 143.8 into 10th position. Where's Paddy? Paddy's all the way down in 16th. Sort it out, Pad. Eric Strom has taken Paddy. Oh, that's annoying. Thomas Kallenberg, we haven't seen much of him this evening. He's in the Nissan. He's up on his time and pushes into 16th position. So
Lucas Fisher is still pushing. He's half a second up on his time after Sector 1 now.
yeah, and Oscar Eisberg's also up half a second on his time. He is slightly behind Fisher out on track. So Isberg is looking for a low 143, but Fisher's trying to get a high 142. Does he keep it together? Yes, he does through here. There was a
Through
yellow
Aqua
flag
Minerali, lovely. Love to
through
see it. I'm
the
racing with this
final
guy
chicane.
and
Oh, there we go. He carries quite a nice bit of speed through there, gets a solid exit, loses a tiny smidge of time, but it won't bother him too much. But he might not make the 142s here.
he might not, but he definitely still has one lap after this.
He does, yes, he does. And gets a strong exit out of the final
That's good
corner. There we
exit.
go. I think he's got it. I
Oh,
think he might have it. I think he might have it. It's going to be close. It's going to be close.
and he does.
There he goes, 142.8. Look at that. He does it finally. He can rest.
Finally, the AMs are put in their place.
He can take a breather, but we still have AMs in third, fourth, and fifth. And yes, I got coins as well. So I'm still down, but I gained a few, so that's fine.
Though technically, Anti-Monica could still upset this whole thing.
It's not happening because he's nowhere near the time that's needed. He'd have to find a lot of time.
He'd have to find 3/10 right now only. 2/10 anymore.
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
we might have been too early on this.
Well, that'll be we've just blamed that on Lars. Lars is the one in control, so that's fine. So we have to report him like the naughty schoolboy that he is.
Come on, Finland! Anti-Monica driving for the finish leg.
He's not using all the track there. There's more time. He wants to be a bit. Oh, come on! No, that's slow. That's a slow exit.
But it's as good as his previous time, which means he doesn't lose any time.
Into the braking zone. Oh no, he's missed the apex. He's missed the apex. He's fudged it. He's fudged it.
Oh, he's losing almost all of the time he was ahead.
Yeah, but he's still up. He's still up when he's fastest. He could still dislodge Zambrano, who's currently in fifth position. Oh no, he's thrown it. Come on, get a good exit, Manika. Get a good exit. Oh,
That was a good exit.
That was a good exit. He's gonna gain, but not enough. I think he'll stay seventh.
6, I'm telling you. Ah, okay.
Oh, it's all right.
He could have made it if he didn't have the one mistake there in the lap. The one mistake coming out of the chicane.
yeah, I lost a lot. I lost a lot of wife coins in the first prediction, and then yeah, I bet 10,000 in the second one, but I'm still down 10,000. So yeah, I yeah. This is why I should never gamble. The only thing that's worked out well for me in the last few months is crypto. But there we go. That's another story. Right. Okay. So Fisher getting pole overall and leading the pros. Isn't it interesting that we got three AMs mixing it up there? So Christy, Santon, and Monique are are separating the pros there.
Definitely a unique setup there, which we're not prone to see very often.
Okay, so we've got another prediction coming up on screen for you. So you can win some channel points if you make the correct prediction and predict clean Tamburello. I mean, let's be honest. What are the chances of that?
Well, that's for the viewers to bet. You can predict now on your screen in the chat. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, you can. Yeah, and I've just done that. So there we go. Yeah.
Oh, six. Oh, people
There
are
we go.
betting all of they have. 28K.
Yeah, I think if you've been watching Bronze, you know which way this is going. Um, so let's just quickly run through the starting grid. Fisher, Christie, Santon, Monique, Zambrano, Maitland Price in his second race with us in sixth. Monica, Wilden, Dole, Isberg, Strom, Coleman, Sorensen, Turner, Koivisto, Kohlberg, Redmond. Come on, Paddy. Christie, Chardonnans. Come on, Mark. Louis, Terrell, F, Axt, Von Glan, Otley, McCloskey, McGuigan, Ronda, Howe, Dunn, Bottomley, Cadore, Nearguard, Vargas versus Fernandez, Gibson, Van Dongen, Ward, and Hopkins. So we've got a grid of 40 this evening. Some will be starting from the pits. Julian, have you got an update on that for us? Can you tell us who?
Yes, I can tell you exactly who will be starting from where.
Brilliant.
Robert Dunn will be having a grid penalty. That's why he's starting from the back, as well as Alexi Cadore and Fito Fernandez and Steen van den Dungen and Peter Ward. And from the pit lane will be starting Goose versus Jonas Nergard, Roy Bottomley, Craig Gibson, Nick Vargas. And yeah, that's it. All of the rest will be starting as they qualified.
Excellent stuff as the formation lap starts. So, if you are new to ACC, the game which the races take part in, it also known as a Seto Corsa Competizione, there's a formation lap in order to get the heat into the tyres and into the brakes. It's all very important. This evening, we do have one race. We normally have two races of 30 minutes. We have two classes. We have the pros and the AMs. The pros are indicated on the leaderboard with the white board and the AMs are the red. And the one next to the white and the red is indicating they have one mandatory pit stop that they need to do tonight, which means they have to take a change of tyres. And there will be a pit window in which they need to complete that this evening. So, yes, there we go. Hopefully that's everything. If I missed anything,
I honestly didn't pay that much attention.
why am I even here? Yeah, and if you like what you see, please sub because Lars will then stop moaning in my ears about not having any subs. Thank you. Um, so
It
you
would
are
also already help if you could follow the stream if you haven't already.
yes. You know we're all volunteers at the end of the day, and we don't normally drink on stream, but tonight I'm making an exception. So oh
It's a special day.
yeah, that's what my mum said when I was born. It's a special day. But yeah, I'm looking.
Special day for a special boy.
I'm a fan of Imola. It's a track where you need to have patience, but I think it's quite a nice flowing track. It's one of those tracks where it's not. It's the opposite of Paul Ricard, where it's fun to drive on your own. Does that sound weird? As we're looking at the pits currently, Nick Varga's in the pits, and we're back to Fisher now. So yeah, it's a track where it just flows a bit like
I would say
oh
Sandvoort.
no, I'm not going to say Zandvoort. I'm going to say Portimao, because it's got
Alright.
those kind of gradient changes. I think tracks with gradient changes, there's a lot to them about maintaining momentum and sort of getting a flow and carrying that speed. So Hungary, yes, Hungary is another great example of that as well. It's very important to just to maintain that flow of the track. It kind of just sort of it kind of breathes to me. These tracks, they breathe. Oh, and there's a couple of cars off the track of the formation lap, which is interesting to see as we're coming towards the line to start the race. So as they
Will
slowly crawl.
Tamburello be clean? That is the question for today.
Yeah, yeah. And very likely, and very likely.
We will see because they are going now.
No, next
Not yet.
line.
Not yet. Oh, wrong line. It's confusing having that several lines. But there we go. It's green, 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 and there's a great start by Thomas Menninck, I believe. And the crash is starting before Tamburello,
Oh!
and it continues into Tamburello. I guess this was to be expected.
But it happened before Tamburello. I mean, that's just crazy. As poor Richard Christie loses out there. So you know, he was up there in the top three, wasn't he, Christie? So he loses out, and he's all the way back now in last position. There's a couple of cars off towards the back of the grid. As I'm just looking at Christie now, just keep an eye on him as he slots in the middle of two slow-moving cars. Nicely done. So he'll be trying to make his way back up. It's obviously that he's got pace. As we look at Gita Santon, who is currently on. We got a yellow flag, 188 in the pits by the looks of it. Craig Gibson, yeah, who's not going anywhere. So don't really know what's happened there. But Santon then.
But
Trying to
Lucas
keep,
Fish is already trying to drive away with it. He's trying to open up the gap to Santon. Santon, of
it's
course,
already
not having
it's
it.
already 1.8 seconds. So yeah, 2.2 seconds. So yeah, he is. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. So um, so Menink currently in 10th position, trying to make up the losses that he had there at the start, because
Oh,
he was fourth. So yeah, there's obviously been some instances. See that Wilden is in the pits as he falls down the order because of that. I don't know if that means he's giving up or I'll keep an eye on him. He's probably got some damage on him. Ooh.
I've got some updates from the
Oh,
outlap.
Wilden's got a lot of damage on his car, bless him.
Um,
Yeah, go on.
Redmond and Von Glan were apparently lagging in the beginning. Let's hope they sort that out.
Who was lagging at the beginning?
Paddy Redmond and Eckhard Von Glan.
Oh, we've not seen any lag from either of those this whole season, have we? They're lag. They're Bonklan and Paddy Redmond's ping both look absolutely fine. So um, that might be server related, perhaps. I don't know, or it could be game. The gaps from Santon is it's car 188 in the pits causing the yellow flag for whatever reason. Oscar Isberg, who's currently ninth position. He's got a nice bit of damage on the front of his Aston Martin, so he's been involved in something. He got oh. Who that? Robert Dunn's just got off the track trying to get past Paddy Redmond. That was interesting. Got 3 wide going to the final corner. Robert Dunn. Manika is pitting. It's quite a battle here. Dunn has got himself caught up in. Well, I don't really know what's going on actually. It's quite a pack here. So okay, so
Quite unfortunate for Menning, who was far up there with his AM colleagues Santon and well, who was the third? Who was up there?
it was Christie, but he got caught up in the start.
Chris. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so Zambrano's gained quite nicely 2 positions. Alexander Dow has gained 6 positions because he qualified 10th.
Strom as well. Lovely
Yeah,
showing.
yeah, and Sorensen from 13th to 7th. Manika's gained 1 position from 7th to 6th. So yeah, a couple of people have Mark Erno currently in 10th, started 14th. So some early gainers from what happened at the start of the race. Koivisto also finds himself in 8th and he started 15th. There's a battle between Strom. There's a bit of lag. Oh, there is a bit of lag. I'm seeing lag. Manika's bouncing around a bit for me. So I can add.
What I'm really thinking is that there's still the yellow flag from the pits. What?
I've never seen that before. So if I change to basic HUD, I can see that the server stats look okay. There's no. Oh no, there is some ping. I'm seeing ping increases to the servers. So it's fluctuating. It's fluctuating.
And and there's a yellow flag now in Gilles Villeneuve because Team Maninka just lost it in his Audi.
Did he lose it, or was it? Do you think it might have been lag related? Because at the time the ping didn't jump up. Solo. I'm being told. Okay,
Oh,
so
and
Lucas Fischer has set the fastest lap of a 1:43.8. The ACCSimSeries not far off that pace. His quickest is a 1:43.8 as well.
but they have to contend with Menning now, who is the back marker for them. Right
Already.
in between them, yes.
That is most unfortunate, as I'm looking at a battle between Maitland Price and I think the other car was Christie, and he gets past him. So Christie's now finds himself in 11th position. Maitland Price is up into. So I think no. So I think Christie's now down to 12th, and Maitland Price is up to 11th. Paddy's gained a position there. I'm being told as well. There's a lot of overtaking going on this evening. Trying to keep on top of it all. No, Maitland Price did move up into 12th, and then no, he has into 12th. No, it's updated. No, it's updated, haven't you? Make me look like a fool. The live time in this game sometimes. You can see where 93, I think, is yellow flag. Okay, 190 is also off the track, which is Darren Christie. We're still seeing the yellow flag in the pits. That's what says also while we're seeing the yellow flag at the top. So yeah, there is some. So I'm seeing the ping to the server myself fluctuate between 23 milliseconds to 150
Oh, but
milliseconds. And the thing is, when the ping is consistent, it's fine. But when it's fluctuating like this is what's going to cause a few problems. It's not necessarily the server; it could be a hop towards the data center that's currently. I'm sure it will settle down at some point. But the drivers do have that to contend with this evening. Sorry, Julian, you were going to say something.
I was just saying that Eric Strom lost the position in Aqua Minerale to Jakob Sturzen, who is on a fine job up the ranks, working now up to P3 in his class. Great job by the Czech now turned British Lexus driver.
So Ronda, who's currently in 25th position in the Ferrari F1 livery. He's gone too deep into the final corner. He's leading a pack of cars, so it could get quite interesting. But there is another Nissan driver tonight, and that is Karlberg, and he's currently in 10th position. So it shows you that Nissan does have some pace. It's just depends who's behind the wheel.
Unfortunate update for every Eric Strom fan. He just lost 3 more positions because he went off into E1.
Ah. Oh. Oh, that's so
All right.
okay. Yeah, so Strom not having a strong race this evening. Currently finds himself in 9th position. He did start 11th, so he has gained, but now he'll have a bit of damage on that car after hitting the wall. Santon has closed the gap down to Fisher. It's 0.7 seconds now. And he's also set the fastest lap of the race with a 1:43.5. Fisher's last time round was a 1:44.4. So James Center was nearly was 0.9 seconds quicker last time around. They both so far done 5 laps with just over 10 minutes of the race completed. So yeah, fantastic. Good to see a battle for the lead, hopefully hotting up. And we saw, didn't we, Julian, during qualifying that Fisher was pushing quite extreme right here, was losing it. So we know how the Porsche can also be a little bit of a nemesis as well. So this could go all Pete Tong for either of them at any point, couldn't it, really?
It's basically going to be a battle of attrition. Who can hold it between the white lines is basically it. That will be the winner of today's race.
Yeah.
Overall winner, I have to mention, because Lucas Fischer is from the Pro Split and Peter Sanson is from the AM Split.
Okay, so we're looking at 3, 4 wide down the back straight. We're looking at Harley Coleman. So you've got McLaren, Porsche, McLaren, Aston, followed by another Porsche, followed very closely by a Ferrari in the background as they try and go into the first chicane side by side. There's not a lot of room there. As an Aston Martin just slips through the slow cars there, taking advantage. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Who is the Aston? That, I think, is Christie, the other Christie driver, I believe, in the white Aston, Richard Christie. And yeah, like, you know, sometimes you just got to be there, ready to take the opportunity. Um, so and Martin Roundtree saying in chat, it's a long race to go, having already had a pit stop and a stop and go. So not having the greatest of starts in a race. The battle for first position is hotting up. That's for sure. I just like to point out that these two are very close, and then Jordi Zambrano is 7.8 seconds back, 7.7 seconds back, and then further back from him by another 4 seconds is Alexander Dahl, and then a few more seconds you've got Jakob Sonson. So there's, I mean, you've got the battle for 7th and 8th, which looks pretty close as well, which we're looking at now. Oscar Eisberg and Mark Turner. So Aston Martin, Tequila Sunrise Racing. Yeah, it's amazing how one side of the track is all very packed, and then there's like a gap. I'd want to be in that gap to get away from the madness.
I have some updates on some penalties because I've
Awesome.
seen Ian Otley getting a 10-second penalty. That's not the only one he'll get, because he will get another 10-second penalty, both for braking too late and taking another car out in the process. Oh, and unfortunately, Eckert von Glan just went off track.
So we are what? Watching the replay of Eric von Glan.
Into Zamborello again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
takeout.
yeah. So
Very
the
overambitious move.
car 16. Who is car 16?
Richard McCloskey.
So that was a bit of a bold move. You're not gonna. That was never gonna work, was it? Really? So yeah, I think he's giving the position back. To be fair, but he'll get a penalty for that. As the gap between first and second has opened up a little bit to a second, but it's good to see that he's not too far back.
You know, a fight that is closing up though is for battle for P4. Alexander Dallas being pretty closely being followed now by Jakob Sursen.
Yeah, so Jakob Sørensen is a second quicker in last time round than Alexander Dahl. So yeah, good spot there. Oh, he's right on the tail of him now, isn't he? I do like that livery of that Porker. I like what he's done there. And is that Zambrano ahead? Are they catching Zambrano?
Yes,
They
they
are,
are.
yeah, they were both quicker than Zambrano last time round with 8 laps completed. So, yeah, interesting stuff. This could turn into a three-way. We love a three-way, don't we, Julian?
Always, anytime, especially on the weekends.
Yes, especially on the weekends. Yes. Just, um, just reading chat. Good evening, chat. Hope everybody is well this evening. We're looking at Jakob Sorensen chasing down Alexander Dahl, and they're hoping to catch Zambrano, who's in third, which if they continue the way they are, they will do. Lexus versus Porsche. I've never driven the Lexus.
Me neither, simply because of the lack of customization.
I don't know what White Man was on about, but somebody's got a dirty mind. Oh, as Sorensen's looking on, trying to have a look on the inside. I think he's probably just trying to say to Alexander Dahl, you know I'm here. Alexander Dahl's yeah, I know. As a little bit of a move. So last time round, Sorensen did a 1:44.9. Alexander Dahl did a 1:45.0, and so did Zambrano. So if Sorensen can clear Dahl, he'll I suspect he'll get onto the back of Zambrano as well. So Zambrano will be hoping Dahl can be his shield. Otley is in the pits with the team Ollie Porker. He's got 20 seconds worth of energy. Von Glan is on his way in as well. Quite a bit of damage on that car, I'm guessing from the instant. I'm pretty sure there's a pit window this evening, isn't there?
There should be, but it will be only on later. I'm guessing it will be 20 minutes in the middle of the race again, as is usual for the 30-minute races. There have been some other penalties dished out, by the way.
Oh, tell me.
There is a 5-second penalty for car number 175. That is Gus versus.
Yeah.
And there's a 5-second penalty for car number 43, which is Paddy Redmond.
Oh, no.
As well as a 10-second penalty for car number 109, which is Harley Coleman.
Sorensen's gone off, and so has Dow. I didn't quite see what happened there.
Yes.
Can we quickly hit the replay button?
Replay, please.
I was looking at the timing screen, didn't see what happened. So they're coming down the start, finish straight. Sorensen is following behind. He's in the slipstream with the Porsche.
He's way too far back if he's going for any move right now.
He is. He's alongside.
Oh,
but he was ahead into the corner.
How did he make up so much?
That Lexus is quick. The Porker, as we know, he's not quick on the straights. But I mean, I'll be interested to see how the stewards make of that. But I think, I, I think, I think, I think Dale is. Oh, blimey! Santon has in while we've been watching that replay. Santon has taken the lead of the race. So yeah, we completely missed that. That's that. Yeah,
That means we've got an AM driver now leading the race 20 minutes in. Lovely showing for the T6 drivers, showing that they have something to go off of. They have something
yeah,
to show, not just the quick times of the qualifying.
yeah.
Let's see if he can keep it. He definitely looks quicker right now than Lucas Fischer, as he seems to be driving a bit away, and he's getting a bit of a trouble with the back marker right here.
So it looks like it happened. Whatever happened, it happened on lap 10. Oh, Fisher let him pass by looks of it. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, he did. He let him past. He just eased off and let him past. Maybe he didn't want the, maybe he feels he's fast at the moment, didn't want a distraction, and just wants to concentrate on finishing out the championship.
I mean, that
Which
would be
is
a fair thing to do right now, seeing as he's still leading in his class.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like we do sometimes talk about if you're a different, if you're if you're in a different class, you might want to just let them past. So Dow has lost 2 positions and fallen back to 6th position. They've done 11 laps so far, and 20 minutes of the race has gone by. So Santon leading the way, Fisher second, Zambrano third, Sorensen fourth, Coy Visto fifth, Dow sixth, Turner seventh, Rich Maitland Price eighth, Strom ninth, and Isberg rounds out your top 10. Fastest lap of the race so far is by Robert Dunn with 1:43.1. What's you think of that?
Robert Dunn. Oh,
Yeah.
he's made up quite some positions because he started with a grid penalty today.
Remember, we were watching him earlier on when he was like battling and just made his way through. He looks like he's got a loose bonnet there, though,
Not good
doesn't
for
it?
the aerodynamics.
Look, it's definitely lifted, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You're absolutely right on that. Your vision's not that blurred already.
No, no. And last time round he did a 1:48, so I'd imagine something happened.
Oh, he's being closely followed now by
Maninka,
Antti
isn't it?
Maninka. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And Maninka did a 1:46.6 last time round, so gained 2 seconds on him. Oh, Santon's off. Santon is off. Fisher takes the lead again. These guys just want to like just hand it over, don't they? Keyless
They are
Sunrise.
pushing to the limit. I can tell.
Well, yeah. And what's interesting is that Zambrano is not that far behind. He's 5 seconds up the road now. So that gap has come down ever so slightly. And then Sorensen is 5 seconds back from Zambrano. So we'll keep an eye on that gap from Sorensen to Zambrano, because we know before Dow lost the 2 positions and they had that little incident that Dow, Sorensen was quicker, wasn't he? So, yeah, there you go. That's what I've got to say about that.
Yeah, Sorensen was doing quite much better. It seems like after that one incident, he has lost the
Momentum.
momentum. That's a good term. The momentum that he had built up. Not quite able to capitalize on that. As we see, many people in the pits getting their pit stops out of the way.
Gareth's had a bit of a beating this evening by the looks of that car.
Imagine him not repairing the car. And a stop go and 30 for Oscar Isberg. for presumably speeding in the pits.
Oh no! I can. Have the stewards caught up on all the penalties now?
By far not.
No. Oh right.
But there's a 5-second penalty that's come in for Robert Dunn. Presumably, he's done
Ah.
one bad thing while overtaking all of these people.
Done. 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 Yeah. So Fisher leading the way again, as he has done in previous rounds. I see a couple of cars going into the pits. Didn't catch who they were, but they're definitely on their way in. Okay, so it would look like now that Fisher's got the pace on Santon. Fisher doing a 1:44.8. Santon second slower last time round. So and Zambrano 0.7 seconds quicker than Santon, but then Sorensen is half a second quicker than Zambrano. So it could get a little bit toasty for the battle for second. So watch this space. And Dow is not far behind Koivisto in fifth. So that little battle there could be getting a little bit tasty as well. But last time round, Koivisto did set the faster lap, but they've completed 14 of them now. 14 laps with just, just under half an hour of the race to go. I just see the penalty coming in for car 21, 5 seconds. Can you tell us more?
Car number 21. Who's that? That is Van den Dungen. Yeah, he had contact with car number 102 mid corner, which is Baldwin Louis, resulting in a gain of position. And I
Oh,
guess Louis didn't
repair.
repair his damage. He might think he's still okay with that. Some tend to disagree.
Is that Ronda making a move on him?
That is
Yeah,
Gareth Ronda making a move on him on the outside because he's clearly not got the pace on the straight. Baldwin Louis, that is.
yeah, yeah. Some would say he's a bit slow. There you go. Slow. Okay, we're looking at Santon, who's currently P2, 2.4 seconds back. And there we go, Koivisto having a battle with Dow and
with
Sorensen.
with Citizen, the other behind them, that is a back marker. Directly behind them.
Ah, okay.
Koivisto is looking strong to keep it up with Citizen for all of this time.
So Sorensen is got Koivisto in close company, and they're both going faster than Sombrano ahead. Not by much, but it should be eating into that gap ever so slightly. So we hope that battle will heat up. Let's look at Robert Dunn. He's coming up to Kelberg. He's currently P10, and Dunn started 30th position, who currently finds himself in 11th. And yes, he does have some bodywork damage there at the front, so he might repair that in his pit stop. Which I don't know if we mentioned, the pit window is open. I completely missed that.
Oh, but Dunn got the run now on Kolberg.
He has, but Calbo's got the inside line into the left-hander, so he's pulled him behind. He's going to try and hopefully get the run into the first corner, but Kohlberg's got a little bit wide there, but then Dunn's got a little bit too tight on the apex, and Kohlberg heads into the pits.
That is an anticlimactic end to the battle.
So Monica currently 22nd position, but as you could spot on the leaderboard, he has cleared his mandatory pit stop. So as others go into the pits, we should see him move up the leaderboard in his trusty Audi. But he's about to be lapped by Jordi Zambrano. So he's been shown the blue flags. And you would hope that Monica moves out of the way because he'll be hoping that Sorensen won't catch him. See, Santon's just up the road now, and you'll be seeing him, and then you've got Sorensen could just see Zambrano up the road, and that just kind of sort of eggs you on. It gets a little Zambrano gets a little bit of a wobble out as he exits the chicane. Koivisto still staring at the back of the Lexus. So Dunn still with the fastest lap of the race, but Sector 1, Lucas Fisher's Richard Maitland Price has Sector 2, and Sector 3 is Robert Dunn, who has the overall fastest lap so far. So at Maitland Price. Oh, who's that in the background losing it in the final corner? That is 714. So Peter Ward in the Coach Ollie Academy McLaren. Now heading into the pits after making that mistake. Oh, he just lost it as he puts the power down. Maybe needs to up the traction control a bit. Maybe he's got a bit of a heavy right foot. So last time around, Santon was 0.3 seconds quicker than Fisher. He's less than a second behind him at the moment. But you can see that Fisher's starting behind a back marker. And that back marker is Matt F.
We'll hope he'll be moving out of the way right now.
Santon. Santon behind a little bit of a wiggle coming out of the final chicane. Matef is not doing what a back marker should do, which is get out of the way. And he moves over. Looks like he's not letting off. So is he letting off?
No, he isn't.
It is. It's car 30. It's car 99.
Oh, as Fisher almost hits the back here. All of this is helping Dieter Santon to catch up to Lucas Fisher. Dieter Santon now being almost on the back of Fisher again. And finally, Matt F is out of the way of Lucas Fisher. Now just Dieter Santon has to go past him. Let's see if he will be a nicer back marker for our current AM leader in the Porsche, in the Tequila Sunrise. Lovely liveried Porsche.
I'm back. Sorry, I just had to go and just have a word with the stewards. So I clicked. Yeah.
The snitch is back.
Yeah, it's
As
right.
Santon does a very desperate move there past
Yeah,
the back marker.
I saw him flashing the lights at him as well to let him know that he was there. So yeah. See, if you're going to join a league, you really should pay attention to the rule book, and it really does get our goat when you don't pay attention to the rule book, or read the channel where it says. But the thing is, if you're a motorsport fan, which generally most sim racers are, I can see car 29 is causing a yellow flag around the mid sector. But Ed Terrell pausing replay. See what happens.
Oh, ambitious move.
Oh, yeah, that was never gonna. That's never gonna work, is it? So
Even
87
with
there.
the very good break on the Aston Martin, that would not be a thing.
Yeah. So Cutaway being very, very bold there, or you could say another word, which I won't say. Okay. So
Lucas Fisher has trouble with another back marker, it seems.
yes, yeah, it's not going too well tonight, is it? And that is Roy Bottomley. So Roy's moved over this time, and I think no, he's letting both of them pass. He might have just caught him at the wrong moment. To be fair to Roy, I don't think he's. I don't think he's. I don't think Bottomley is that kind of driver. I think he lets people pass. I can see that Turner's got a stop on go 30. He's coming in 13th. Yeah, yeah.
And Fisher is starting to get into the pits now, as is Dieter Santon, which leaves us with Saracen not in the lead because he's also pitting.
So this is interesting, isn't it? So let's see how. I'll keep an eye on Santon. Paddy Redman up into 4 because he hasn't pitted, but he's got a 5-second penalty. He needs to clear during the pit stop. So the top 3 are all in the pits. Zambrano has cleared his pit stop already. Paddy Redman heads in.
Leaving just Fito Fernandez now in the
Yeah,
front.
with
And
4.5 minutes to
he's
clear it.
heading in as well.
There we go. It's like follow the leader, follow the leader. Must have heard that song, right? Is that just a UK one?
Is that an old German war song?
So Mark Turner is exiting the pits, I see. Fisher's off, Fisher is off, Fisher
And
is off.
Cody Zambrano is still not past the last 2
Santon
corners.
is
But
off.
this is a long pit lane.
Zambrano, yeah, into the final corner, into the
Zambrano on the
straight.
straight. And Fisher's out of the in the clear.
Sorensen is leaving the pits as well. He's coming up to the pit lane marker. So he's released. There we go. Zambrano's going past. And away he goes. Zambrano is past Sorensen. So that's good for Zambrano because that's how it's stayed. Monique behind Sorensen's just got off. He's not having a great race in 27th position.
It all started to go downhill from the start for him.
It did. And he's back to be overtaken. Gareth Ronda's just overtaken. Well, we're having a bit of lag again at the moment, I think. It's just, we're having lag. So, yeah, but Gareth Ronda's gone past Monique. So, yeah, that's got to be a depressing sight. And we got Koivisto, who's behind Monique and Ronda as well. So they're going to be lapped. And then Alexander Dow is also there. So Dow is behind Nearguard, who's about to be lapped by Dow. So yeah. Oh, there's been an accident. Sombrano spun. Sombrano is off the track.
And he's having trouble to get back on.
Yeah, quickly hit the replay button. Oh, God.
Oh god, the spins are not looking. Oh, as he tries to rejoin.
That's
Now,
it,
what
when
did
you're
he
on the
do?
grass. Oh, I think there might be carnage. No, just him. Okay, that's okay.
That is. I mean, the problem on the grass afterwards is just due to the immense torque the Mercedes Evo has on lower
I
gears.
find that in the Ferrari as well. Like you just want to get straight, and you just, yeah, you just need to continue. So that moves Simonson up into third position. So we got Pro Am now. So
Top 5
Dow,
made of 60% AMs. That is
so
interesting.
Dow is keeping close vicinity. Sorensen runs wide as I'm looking at him. So yeah, he just needs to keep it together because he's got a couple of back markers between Jonas Kavisto. So one of those back markers is Gareth Ronda. So these back markers are not getting out of Koivisto's way, which is then put down onto the back of Koivisto. So yeah, I'm quite surprised they haven't made their way past these two so far. But Dowd obviously then got past Nearguard. But maybe Koivisto's not been able to get close enough to Ronda. But the blue flags are out, and the stewards are waving them, so Ronda should know that they're there.
Technically, it's a track marshal's, but
As Dow is now having a look. So this is what's happened because Koivisto's not been able to clear the two back markers ahead of him. It's put Dow right onto the back of him.
and into the slipstream for the straight.
Yeah, so Ronda has moved over, but now he's pulling back over, and I don't think Koivisto's really close enough for Ronda and Axe to get out of the way. As Dow again has a little look. They do the two ahead battling, but Ronda, come on, let him past. See, because he's there. Oh no!
Oh!
Oh, yeah, but that's kind of a little bit caused by Ronda, really.
And that's lost Dal quite some time now because
Yeah,
going off. It seemed a bit laggy.
yeah. But the thing is, if you're Koivisto and you're stuck behind these back markers, and they're being blue flags, part of you will be getting frustrated, and that has got his part to play as well. Oh, who's that? That's off the track in the Mercedes. It is Thomas Axe. Thomas Axe has spun. He's off the track, so he was ahead of Ronda. So that's one less back
Oh,
marker.
and into the chicane. There is some incidents.
Oh, there's a Ferrari. Nearguard has also spun. So we're looking at Mark Chardonnans. So
It's being followed very closely here by Richard Christie, who's going for a move, not quite far side by side enough there into the chicane.
Christie was slightly faster last time round. Oh, is that Paddy Redmond? Oh,
Ooh, what has happened here?
oh. Ian Otley is one of the cars. Matt F is another one. Vito Fernandez in the McLaren's also caught up in it. So Paddy's tried to avoid them because the car was coming, the Porsche was coming back across the track. These cars need to be slowing down though, if there should be a yellow flag.
Number one, the cars coming up should be slowing down. Number two, the cars involved in the incident should slam on their brakes
Yes.
and not let it roll.
Oh! Oh, it looked like Finito Fernandez was about to take someone out, didn't it?
On
Because
the rejoin, yes,
on the
it did.
rejoin, yeah. So I will go and have a look and see if I can see if that did actually happen. Fernandez, where are you? Not here.
And the next off-track moment, Antti not looking very well into the
Oh,
upper
he did.
chicane. Well,
Oh, no, he did. Fernandez did come back onto the track and he got hit by.
oh, Malenka
Why would
trying to avoid the Mercedes right in front there
why would you
and
do
going
that?
off track for that.
Oh, Coleman then hit Fernandez, so that's what we just missed. The replay didn't quite catch it. So yeah. So why are you doing a poor re-entry like that? There's no. Look at all the penalties on the board. Go
We are
past
currently at
go past
67
seven.
incidents.
Go past 17th on the screen. You go past 17 on the stream and have a look at all the penalties further down. So Van Dungen's got a 15-second penalty. Ronda 10 seconds. Nearguard 5. Axe 15. Bottomley 5. Cadaway 10. Ward 10. And McCoskey 10. Look, I mean, the standard of racing this evening is just not where it needs to be after all these rounds.
I think it is, as I alluded to in the beginning, they are thinking this is the last race. They cannot get to the penalty points for another race. So they are giving it all they can, which unfortunately is too much.
Yeah. So Fisher.
But we have a battle right now for P4. Rich Maitland Price is right on the back of Jonas Koivisto.
He is, yes, that's a good spot. This is what we need. We need battles, don't we? So last time round, Maitland Price did a low 145 and Koivisto did a high 145. So what I find interesting is that Santon and Sorensen are the only two drivers moment in the 143s. Yep. Robert Dunn
Sorensen.
still with a faster lap. Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Oh.
10-second penalty for Jakob Sorensen. And a quick off-road mode. Oh,
Oh, as Maitland Price makes the move on Koivisto on the inside.
and Alexander
And
Dal is coming as
Dow
well.
is also having a bit of a sniff up the hill. They're not going to try and go 3 wide, are they, into the left-hander? Surely, is Dow going to make the move on Bruce and Price? He does!
Whoa!
Unbelievable move!
2 positions in 2 corners.
Look at that! Fan-blooming-tastic. Penalties just come in. 5 seconds for car 3 as well, I've just seen on the screen. Lots of penalties being dished out. The stewards, I think, I wonder...
Sorensen got a 10-second penalty for braking too late and not quite. Oh, as Alexander Dal goes off track, gets a 10-second penalty for not overtaking Alexander Dal
Oh!
helpfully. They're touching right there.
Yes, yes. Oh, that was close. And you know, after that great move to then lose those positions, but I was going to say there's also I saw a penalty for car 3 pop up on screen. Can you have a look at that?
Penalty for car number 3. Who was that again? Ian
Dunno.
Otley.
Right.
Ian Otley on the grass spins his car, and the result crashes into 2-4-3, which is Robert Dunn. And therefore gets a 5-second penalty as Alexander Dal overtakes Jonas Koivisto in T1. That was a slick move.
That was, yeah. And to be fair to Koivisto, he left him just enough room as well. It takes 2 to tango to make a move work, right? And that was the difference there. You know, Koivisto saw him come in. Gus versus 15th position, chasing down Terrell. Gus versus does have a 5-second penalty. We've got just over 12 minutes of the race to go. All drivers have cleared their mandatory pit stop, which is good to see. But
Am I the only one having some lag issues here?
No, it is lagging. I think there might be some interconnect issues to see. Oh, as a Mercedes up ahead even has lost it, and he's come back on track, and he's hit Gus versus. What are you doing? What are you doing? Jesus blooming Christ, people! It ain't hard.
I think that was Thomas Axe. No, it wasn't. Let's not spread lies. It was Roy Bottomley, unfortunately. Alexander Dallas got a 5-second penalty now. Car
What's that
number
for?
994. That is for contact with 189, which is Jonas Koivisto. So it might have been something that we saw before.
Well, if Koivisto can stay within 5 seconds, that'll be fifth position for him. So that gives you something to hang on to. Alice McGuigan currently finds herself in 21st position. So just to give you a rundown of the standings. So Fisher first, Santon second, Sorensen third, Maitland-Price, Dow, Koivisto, Strom, Zambrano, Dunn, Manika, Redmond, Christie, Kohlberg, Terrell, Versus, Coleman, Van Dungen, Hopkins, Isberg, Vargas, McGuigan, Ronda, Nearguard, Axt, Louis, Chardonnans, Turner, Canare, Bottomley, McCloskey, Ward, Von Glan, Monique, Fernandez, Matt F, and Mick Howe. Craig Gibson did not start the race this evening. Monique will not be pleased with 33rd position. And that is not where we expect him to be either, is it, Julian?
No, definitely not. But to be honest, it was a doomed race from the start where he got taken out. Before turn 1, I believe, was the incident.
So at the moment, Sorensen is in third on track, but with the penalty, because Maitland-Price is within 7.8 seconds, will push him back to fourth because Dow behind has got a 5-second penalty. So yeah, we'll not fall down to fifth position currently. We've just under 10 minutes of the race to go. Are there still more penalties being looked at? Are there more stewards' investigations taking place?
There are quite some going on. For example, we've got a 10-second penalty coming in for Rich Maitland-Price for overtaking a back marker in a unsafe manner. And then a 10-second penalty for 99, which is, good question who that is, Matt F, for not letting a back marker past, for being a bad back marker. That was it.
Oh, yeah, it might be Mike, the snitch there doing his job. So
and another 10 seconds for Matt F for doing this, for crashing into
oh,
43.
okay. Well, Sanford loses it into the curb, into the final chicane. That potentially gives Sorensen the opportunity to catch him. As Sorensen comes into the final chicane now. So we'll see the man up ahead. And it's a shame because the gap between first and second had just come down dramatically. And Santon seemed to be on the man on pace at the moment. And it only takes that kind of, individual mistake to hit the curb like that, to lose it, unfortunately, and lose a lot of time. Fortunately, he didn't go strong into the wall. It looked like just a slight tap, but that gives Sorensen a bit of hope. But you've got Sorensen now with 10-second penalty, and then you've got Maitland Price with 10-second penalty. So that is interesting because that may. And we've got 3 wide here between Dow, no, that's not Koivisto. Maitland Price. And both of these guys are battling out. Dow has got a 5-second penalty, and Maitland Price has got a 10-second penalty. As Maitland Price is in the slipstream now. Dow goes
Ooh.
wide. Dow goes wide. I don't really know what
I
happened
think it
there.
was just losing concentration there, and there was a
Oh,
bad rejoin. What was that?
what was that? What was he doing? What was he doing driving back like that? I mean, you can't. What is he doing? He's driving on track
If
like that.
if I was Dell's race engineer now, I would say, come back to the pits. You're clearly not concentrated enough to continue this race anymore.
What was that? Oh, and we look at Koivisto. There was a McLaren facing the wrong way by the looks of it. I can't. I just can't. I just can't. No. I just.
Well, Alexander Dahl has left the server, so at least he realizes himself that this is not going anywhere today.
I just.
But you know what the interesting thing is? Rich Maitland Price, I believe Eric Strom is in within the 10 seconds to get onto the podium for the pro split. Paul, have a pint.
Oh, I don't know. What was that? Oh God! Right, I know, I get that we're a rookie league, I get it, but that is just beyond stupidity. Right, okay. Go on, Julian. What are you going to say?
I think at this moment, stern words are not going to suffice.
I agree. I agree with you. I think there has to be stronger actions from the driver stewards and the split manager going forward, because the leaderboard's lit up like a Christmas tree this evening, and I was expecting better tonight. So, but yeah, Santon leading the way for the AMs and Fisher leading the way for the pros. Sorensen and Maitland Price. Could they fall back to 5th and 6th? I think they could, couldn't they? I don't think the gap's big enough. Slow car ahead is a white flag. Apparently, we're seeing a white flag on track somewhere. So, white flag is slow car ahead. Slow moving car. Yeah, I wouldn't want to relegate into bronze after tonight. I'm telling you, I'd run a mile. Seeing a comment in chat. We look at Robert Dunn. He's had a solid performance this evening from 30th and still carrying that damage to that car as looks like Gareth Ronda's being lapped by Monica. And he'll to be lapped by Dunn at the moment. So he's in a sandwich and he looks like he's going to let. That's nicely done by Ronda. And then he's got Alice behind him, but I think that might be a battle for 20th. So he won't want to let her pass.
Even though Gareth Ronda does have 10-second penalty, whereas Alice McGuigan, surprisingly, one of the clean drivers today, not because of it being her, but generally the state of affairs.
Well recovered there, Julian. Nicely handled.
Thank you. Thank you. I do my best.
You nearly dug yourself into a hole there, mate. You nearly dug yourself into a hole. Okay, so we're looking at Bruce Hopkins, who's chasing down Harley Coleman, and then closely followed by by Oscar Isberg. So we've got a three-way, love a three-way, as Isberg makes the move on the inside. He's going to try and take both of them, but that would be bold, wouldn't it? But the Ferrari car 60 of Hopkins realizes what was happening, and again, like I said before, it takes two to make a move work, and that was one of those. And Isberg is, he's looking a bit racy right now, isn't he? With 2 minutes to go, he wants to get past Harley Coleman now, and can Bruce Hopkins make his way back up? Is that Porsche? Is that Vargas, or is that a lapped car?
That is a lapped car. That is a back marker.
Is that a back marker?
But Isberg is going to be livid because he qualified in P9 and only running in P17 right now. It's not going well for him, but he's going to recover as many positions as he can in the last remaining 1.5 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's not Vargas. Vargas is in a Ferrari. So if I'd looked up, I would have known that's not Vargas. So yeah, I'd imagine what if Dunn didn't have that bonnet damage, he'd probably be even further up. He's now in ninth. That's still solid, solid performance from 30th. I mean, yeah, I'd be proud of that. It's yeah, I'd be happy with that kind of performance.
Just receiving information from the chat. Thank
That,
you, Pavel, for telling us it's so far over 5 minutes worth of penalties that have been dished out.
wow. Okay. Wow. Um. What was I gonna say? So Dunn has got himself onto the bottom podium step for the class. That's strong. That's good going.
That is a strong showing for him, considering he started from the very back, having a what was a grid penalty
Yep.
to start
Yep.
off with.
It's good. It's good to get third in class. Is a very strong performance.
Yeah,
So
a strong recovery drive, as well as Eric Strom having a great day today. Possibly getting P3 now from Rich Maitland Price because of the 10-second penalty.
yeah, but even Coy Visto was even better because he started 15th. Is in fifth. So Strom. Oh,
Fisher
Strom.
just went off a bit, but not too heavy. Just let a back marker pass.
Because Strom started 11th. Is in sixth, and Coy Visto started 15th. So is in fifth. So yeah. So Corvace's had again a solid, and Sorensen started 13th but finds himself in second position. So again, a solid performance there as well. So,
Oh,
and even the likes of Darren Christie, who's currently in 10th, started 18th. So, but I
well
mean the
caught.
best. Go on.
Sorry, well caught there by Robert Brenning in the chat. Dieter Santon is now behind Jakob Sursen, so he must have had a
Oh,
problem in the last lap now. As Luca Fischer has finished the race in P1, clean as ever. Well done.
better than qualifying, wasn't it? Sorensen in second. Sorensen and finishing in second. So. Uh, yeah, and Richard Mason Price coming over the line in fourth, but we'll wait for the penalty to be applied. I don't know what that will do to Sorensen. That might push him down to just third because Richard Mason Price has got a 10-second penalty as well. So when all the guys
I don't think Strom was in the. I don't think Strom was in striking distance for Sursen as well, but I think he was for Maitland Price.
so we'll wait for the timings to do their thing as everybody crosses the line. Redmond has crossed the line now. So has Kalberg. Gus Versus, we're waiting for him to cross the line, and he does. Now we've got a few other drivers. Ed Terrell crosses the line. And Dungan. So there was a message that went out to all drivers this week saying about doing some end of season donuts. So to celebrate the final race of the season, Paul Baldwin Louis comes to cross the line and finish his race.
And there we go. Yes, Strom has made it onto the podium. Lovely.
There you go. So leading the pros was Fisher, followed by Sorensen after the 10-second penalty taken into account, and then Strom taking the final podium step for the pros, and then the AMs led by Santon, followed by Koivisto. And then we've got to go all the way down to ninth to find the next driver, and that would be Dunn. And that's a good, solid performance from Dunn. And that's what you can achieve in an hour's race. Moving all the way from 30th to ninth and to get on the bottom podium step for the class. But let's be honest, Julian, not great driving standards this evening.
Yes, as Lars has put it very well for the driver of the day, everyone without penalties.
Yeah, yeah. I think we expect a little bit better, and I'm sure the driver stewards and the split manager will be having a word with our drivers after this evening. And as always, thank you to the stewards for their work this evening. They had their work cut out. Are there any to be reviewed after the race, Julian?
There is one um, which happened after the race, but apart from that, everything has been cleared.
Okay. All right. Brilliant. Well, thank you everybody for watching tonight, and hope if you've been with us for the whole season, thank you very much for watching us every Friday. This is the bronze split you've been watching this evening. Tomorrow we've got the silver split, followed by the gold. So the races should be better. We say should, not always, but they should be, and they will also be racing at at Imola rather than Misano. And so there we go. Well, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for tuning in, for being with me again tonight.
Thanks for this season, Paul. It's been lovely being able to commentate over these races.
Yeah, thank you very much for being with me, mate. It's good having you to keep an eye on what's going on and fill in the story, so they say. You know, keeping everybody up to date. And as always, thank you very much to Lars for pushing all the buttons and shouting us in the ear and not remembering that we can't respond because we're on stream. But we do get there sometimes. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed it. Like I say, don't forget we've got the other splits tomorrow. I'll be commentating with DT tomorrow night because I was doing stuff for race department on Saturdays, but that league has finished, so I'll be joining him to so he's not on his lonesome for an hour tomorrow. So make sure you check that out. And Gareth and Mihal will be with you on Sunday evening. I believe we've got some kind of end of race thing happening tomorrow as well on the stream. So that DT likes to do. So yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. It's been fun, and see you again soon. Cheerio.
Start ignition, count to zero. I just wanna be a superhero. With fearless thoughts, emotions swirl. I wanna be the man that saves the world.